Okay, welcome to my channel Maths with Mahanti sir. Children, in the last class we discussed what is general term of an AP, that is nth term of an AP from the beginning, what is its formula, I had derived. Also we had derived how to find nth term of an AP from the end, what is its formula, okay. Now today let us discuss the last part of this chapter, arithmetic progression, that is your sum of n terms of an AP. So what is meant by this? You see, suppose you are given an AP, look at, you know what, this is the general form of every AP, okay. First term is A, second term is A plus D, third term is A plus 2D, and the nth term of the AP or the general term is A plus n minus 1 into D, what we derived in the last class, okay. So if an AP is given like this, if an AP is given in this form, having n number of terms, how many terms are there in this AP? There are n terms. So if there are n terms, if there are n number of terms in this AP, then what will happen if we add? What will be the sum? What will be the sum of all these n number of terms present in the AP? It will be equal to, we will discuss the proof, you see, Sn. Sn is your sum of n terms. It is a symbol like an. You see, a plus n minus 1 into d. What is it? It is the nth term or nth term or general term of an AP. It is denoted by the symbol an. But Sn stands for what? It stands for sum of n terms of an AP. Okay. So Sn stands for sum of n terms of AP. Now, if this is the AP, if this is the given AP having n number of terms, so what will be the sum of all these n number of terms? It will be equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula to find the sum of n terms of an AP. Then from where did this formula come? Let us prove it. Let us prove that sum of n terms of an AP given in this form. If an AP is in this form having n number of terms, where first term is A, second term is A plus D, third term is A plus 2D, and the nth term or the general term is A plus n minus 1 into D, then its sum, sum of the n terms of the AP will be given by this expression. How to prove it? Okay, let us prove it. Now see, in order to prove, you see, this is the first term, A1 is A. What is the second term? Second term is A plus D, A2. Third term, A3, it is A plus 2D. Then like this, what is the nth term? It is A plus n minus 1 into D. Now clearly, you see, Sn is sum of n terms, that means Sn will be equal to A1 plus A2 plus up to A n. No doubt, it is the sum of n terms. Okay, now if we put the value of A1, you see A, this is A plus what? D, A plus 2D plus A plus n minus 1 into D, okay. So this will be the value of Sn, sum of n terms. Now you write that in reverse order. Reverse order means, you see children, you know 1 plus 2 is equal to 2 plus 1. So if Sn equal to A plus D plus A plus 2D plus up to A plus n minus 1 into D, we can also write Sn in the reverse order. So you see, on writing in reverse order, you see, writing in reverse order, if we write this expression in reverse order, we can write in reverse order, because 3 plus 2 is 2 plus 3. So if a sum is given 2 plus 3, we can write also 3 plus 2. So writing this expression in reverse order, what we will get, you see, in reverse order, you see, this Sn can again be written as reverse order, means this will be the first term, you see, A plus n minus 1 into D. Then what will be its previous term? Its previous term will be what? This is the nth term or nth term. Its previous term will be what? A plus n minus 2 into D. Okay. This is A plus n minus 2 into D plus dot. You come back again. A plus D plus A. You see, this is plus A plus D plus A. You see, that means when we added all the n terms present in the AP, first we got Sn equal to this much. Again we wrote the same expression in reverse order. On writing in reverse order we got this one. Now you add this equation and this equation. Adding this, you see, this is suppose equation 1 and this is your equation 2. Now on adding equation 1 and 2, what will we get? On adding, you see, on adding, what we will get? Sn plus Sn, you see, Sn plus Sn. It will be equal to, look at, it will be equal to A plus, this is the first term and this is the first term, A plus n minus 1 into D. See, that means add this term with this term. You see, this is the first term, this is the first term. Add these two plus. What is the second term here? In the first equation, the second term is A plus D. See, A plus D plus. Then what is the second? A plus n minus 2 into D. Okay. You see, that means add the second term with the second term. Add the second term of equation 1 with the second term of equation 2. Similarly, what is the third term? It is like this, it will continue. And what is the last term you see here? What is the last term in the equation 1? It is A plus n minus 1 into D. So what will be my next step? My next step will be the plus plus last term of equation 1 is what? A plus n minus 1 into D. And what is the last term of equation 2? You see, last term of equation 2 is A. So you add here A. Now see. Now let us add this. See, A plus n minus 1 into D. It will be 2A plus n minus 1 into D, the first bracket. Now look at the second one. Look at the second one. It is 2A plus, on adding this 2, it is 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay. Now, you see, where is that? You see, now this one you see, A plus D, you add this. You omit the bracket. It is A plus D plus, you see, it is A plus D plus A. A plus D plus A, it is 2A. 2A plus D plus and D minus 2D. You simplify. See, A plus A, 2A plus D, then 2A plus D, then you multiply D here and D minus 2D, okay, plus dot, again you see, A plus A, it is also 2A plus, this is your n minus 1 into D, okay. On simplification we got this. Now let us simplify it further. See, on simplifying further, this is 2A. This is the first term, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay. Then plus, you see. Look at this. 2A plus D plus nd minus 2D. See. D minus 2D, it will be minus D. That means this is 2A plus nd. D minus 2D is minus D, you see, 2A plus nd, D minus 2D is minus D plus dot, you see, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay, now this will be equal to how much? Again you see, on simplifying further, this will be equal to, see, 2A plus n minus 1 into D plus. Look at the second term enclosed in this bracket. Let us simplify it. You see 2A from nd minus D. D can be taken common. From nd minus D we can take common D. So if we take common D, it will be again n minus 1 into D. You see. So this is 2A plus n minus 1. You see 2A remains same. 2A will remain at the same place. From these two terms you take D common. You see I took D common. So it is n minus 1. So 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Now the point is, you see, Now the point is, the first expression is 2a plus n minus 1 into d. The second expression on simplifying it also gave you 2a plus n minus 1 into d. It will continue how many times? It will continue ... How many times? Definitely n times. Why n times? Because there are n number of terms in the AP. So it is n times, you see. And you know, if we add a number n number of times, if we add any number, that means this expression is one number, this expression is the same number. See, look at the expressions obtained in the brackets. In the bracket, the same expression has been obtained. And if we add the same expression or a same number or the same number n number of times, suppose we will add 5 n number of times. So what will be the sum? Definitely 5 into n. 5 into, if we add 5 2 times, it is 5 into 2. If we add 6 3 times, it is 6 into 3. So, as we are adding this expression n number of times, so this will be equal to n into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Children, I hope you understood. So this is whose value? This is the value of 2sn. Earlier we had got sn plus sn. We had added the left hand side. We had added the left hand side sn and sn, 2sn. So 2sn equal to c. 2sn equal to n into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now if 2sn is n into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, then what will be sn? Therefore, now you bring 2 to the right hand side. So sn equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. See, this is the complete proof. This is the complete proof. How to prove that sum of n terms of an AP, sum of n terms of an AP, sum of n terms of an AP will be equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the complete proof. So, okay. So, if an AP is of the form a plus d, a plus 2d up to a plus n minus 1 into d, then by adding all the terms, okay, you can easily prove like this, that sum of n terms of the AP will be given by the formula Sn equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. We can still simplify it. You see, this is the formula, no doubt. This is the main formula to find the sum of n terms of an AP. We can simplify it further. How? See, we can simplify it like this. Suppose this 2a, you write a plus n minus 1 into d. See, this 2a can be written as a plus n minus 1 into d. Now look at this expression. A plus n minus 1 into d. This is whose value? Whose formula? This is the value of an, means the general term of the AP or nth term of the AP. So in this place, in its place we can write an. So we can write n by 2. Sn equal to n by 2 into a plus an. This is the formula. This is also the formula. That means if the nth term of an AP is given, we can use directly. First term, a is what? First term. This is the first term, this is the nth term, and n is what? Number of terms. If number of terms given, first term given, and the nth term of the AP is given, we can use directly this formula to find sum of n terms of an AP. Okay? So this is one formula to find sum of n terms of an AP. This is another formula to find sum of n terms of an AP. And again, if you see, if this n means what? The nth term of an AP or the general term of the AP. If an equal to n means the last term. If you are given the last term, then what will be Sn? You see, so Sn will be n by 2 into a plus n. You see, this is also the another formula. This is also another formula to find the sum of n terms of an AP. And this formula we will use when the first term and the last term. The first term a, the last term n, and number of terms n given. Then only we can use this formula to find sum of n terms of an AP. Children, I hope you understood what is meant by sum of n terms of an AP and how to find sum of n terms of an AP. Which formula you will use? I discussed three formulae. One is sum of n terms of an AP is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the main formula. And this formula we will use when the first term A is given, number of terms of present in the AP, number of terms of the AP is given n is given, and D common difference. That means when the first term, the common difference and number of terms of the AP is given, we will use this formula directly to find sum of n terms of the AP. And when the first term and the nth term only given, if the nth term or the general term of the AP is given and number of terms n is given, we will use this formula to find sum of n terms of the AP. And when the first term and the last term along with number of terms is given, when the first term of the AP, last term of the AP and number of terms of the AP is given, we will use this formula to find the sum of n terms of an AP. But mostly in most of the problems this formula is used. Okay. So with this we completed everything about arithmetic progression. Okay, what is sequence, what is starting from beginning I am summarizing the thing. I discussed what is sequence, then I discussed what is arithmetic progression, what is its general form, first term, second term, third term, what is common difference, etc. Everything in detail I discussed. Then what is general term of an AP, general, what is its formula, how to derive, how to derive the general term of an AP, that is an equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, which is also known as the nth term of an AP from the beginning. Then I discussed how to find nth term of an AP from the end, what is its formula. I also proved it mathematically. Okay. Then the last part of the chapter, that is how to find sum of n terms of an AP. What is sum of n terms of an AP and how to find, what is its formula. I discussed the formula along with its proof. Children, I hope whatever I discussed about arithmetic progression as given in your NCERT syllabus, you must have understood. It is complete in all respect. Only we have to discuss problems, because without problems, theory is meaningless. And without understanding theory, we cannot do problem. Okay, one has to understand the theory and to apply. He or she has to apply his or her understanding to problems. We shall discuss problems on arithmetic progression later. Okay. So with this we came to the end of the chapter, that is your arithmetic progression. Children, if at all you think, yes, the way Mahanti sir explained, we are able to understand, he is explaining very nicely, then I must say, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Okay. So we shall discuss another chapter, that is your coordinate geometry, in the next class. After all chapters are completed, then only I will discuss all major important problems which are likely to come, which are very, very important from the examination point of view. That the CBSE board generally sets in the examination. We shall discuss problems from all chapters later. Okay. So my intention is to first complete all chapters, because I know if children do not understand the theory, they will not be able to apply the theory, I mean their understanding to problem. Okay. So children, we shall discuss coordinate geometry in the next class. Thank you.